behind them for third. So the race is definitely not over here. Look at those guys back there. Too wide. They are just fighting, trying to get past Tedeschi, who is struggling with the handling. Can they do it though? J-Max says these two have history. The 11 is going to move him. You know, J-Mac, you said it right there. It's very possible. So far, he's being very conservative, trying to take a couple of peeks, but man, we are running out of time. I do believe this is going to be the final lap. Once we hit the line here, we have the white flag. Pressure is on. What will Lucky do? And you can already see as we're hitting into turn 1. 11 on the outside, 88 on the inside. What are they gonna do? 88 is gonna come out with a lot of momentum coming out of this turn. The 11 is not gonna let him go. He's doing all he can. The 11 is going on the inside. Can he hold it? He's gonna have the preferred line going into this next turn. Side by side, they are battling for this lead here. The 88 doing all he can, but man, it is gonna be rough. Holding this out on the outside, that 11 is where you want to be. He holds off, and it looks like the 88 is going to take it as the 11 falls back. The 88 is your winner here at Pocono Raceway. Incredible race. I'm on the edge of my seat. This is going to be a heck of a battle. We have a fight behind them for third. So the race is definitely not over here. Look at those guys back there. Too wide. They are just fighting, trying to get past Tedeschi, who is struggling with the handling. Can they do it though? J-Max says these two have history. The 11 is going to move him. You know, J-Mac, you said it right there. It's very possible. So far, he's being very conservative, trying to take a couple of peeks, but man, we are running out of time, I do believe. Hopefully we can get a positive on that one. There we go. We are live. So sorry about that, folks, but good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AKA's Cup Race number 16 at Kentucky Speedway. We are coming down to the wire in the season where at this point we can expect to see huge battles brewing up earlier in races for each stage and the win. Dodge Boys, he already punched his ticket, and so he is good to go, but these other guys, they are going to have the pressure on them to make sure they can get that top spot since we only have 2 races left. It's going to be a crazy night. These guys should be getting ready to go to qualifying pretty soon here. Hopefully, J-Mac, let's see, can you hear me on the mic? I know we're having some issues for a little bit.
I can hear you, Frozen.
Perfect. How you doing tonight?
If you can hear me. I'm on mic number, 4 here. Actually, I think only 3, but, you know, it's always fun to just exaggerate things. But, I'm doing alright tonight. We've already got some miles under us after this morning's racing. After the events, you got to call a race, and I ran in it, and that was a lot of fun. So we're both a little fatigued, but hey, we're gonna get to call some good old-fashioned NASCAR racing at Kentucky.
I hear you. I mean, it was a crazy day. 4 hours total, from 10 to 2 for me, and I know you had 2.5 hours there, just non-stop racing. So a huge day for the both of us, but man, I'll tell you what, Kentucky Speedway, one of my favorites. I'm expecting a great race here tonight. Mason, my vacation, it was good. It got cut off short, but it's all good. I'm happy to be back here and getting this race on tonight. But before we do that, as these guys are going to qualifying, let's talk about our last race. It was race number 15 at Pocono, and it was filled with many lead changes and dominant cars that broke away from the field. We had Dodge Boys, Tedeschi, Lucky, Rocky Top, and Toaster. They all saw runs up front, but the final few laps saw Dodge Boys with a few car length lead in front of Lucky, Tedeschi, Jose, and Rocky Top as they all battled for second. Lucky grabbed a hold of Dodge Boys and tried to make a run to the inside for the win, but he couldn't pull it off. So Dodge Boys captured his third win of the season, with Lucky in second and Tedeschi rounding out the top three there. I don't know about you, J-Mac, but I think we're going to see some crazy racing tonight, especially since we only have 2 races left. The next race, we're going to cut them in half, and we're going to go from 8 drivers to the final 4. Who do you think we should be looking out for?
Well, first off, if we're going to cut drivers in half, that puts a lot of need to do well tonight. And if we're going to start cutting people in half, but that's a bit barbaric, a bit Middle Ages. But no, this track is pretty wild. It's pretty crazy. There's 2 different turns 1 and 2 are way different than turns 3 and 4. Turns 1 and 2, a nice sweeping, really, really fast, decently banked corner. Where 3 and 4, there's not a lot of banking to help you enter turn 3, and so it's incredibly tight. And then 4 just kind of grabs you a little bit if you nailed it right. Otherwise, you could get up into the wall, or you could underdrive it. Turn 3 I've found to be very easy to underdrive. So it's going to be a place where a lot of these guys are going to have to be on it, going to have to hit their marks, and to try to really hard to keep it clean, because that second half of the track here can be pretty tough.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for these guys. These guys are running on setups. Damage is on. Let's talk about the stages. We're going to see around 40 for the first and second stage. The final, we're going to see around 54. I know they cut off a couple of laps for stage 2 and the final, but they got a lot of racing here tonight, and I'm thinking we can expect anywhere from a high 29s to low 30s for lap times here. But really, like you said, J-Mac, they really need to watch what they're doing. 1 and 2 is pretty easy. It's pretty smooth going around there. I find if you get really close to that apron in turn 2, it can tend to pull you down a little bit more. So they do need to watch that, especially going 2, 3 wide possibly. But 3 and 4 is where it really, you have to perfect the turns. Sometimes you have to slow down more than you ever think. So as long as they can do that, I think these guys will be good to go. I'm excited. I know they've been practicing a lot, and a lot of these guys need a win to move on. So we'll see what they can do here tonight.
And to add to that, on your point in turns 1 and 2, the banking actually starts a little, or that apron starts a little bit above that white line, so it can be a bit, it can catch you by surprise. So that these guys have to be extra careful going through there. But that turn is wide enough, and these guys are, a few of them are professionals, and a few more race like it, so they should be all right.
They should be all right. So we'll see. But I want to thank everyone that is tuning in. I hope you enjoy the race tonight. We have a lot of laps for these guys to make it on. They should be getting out of qualifying pretty soon here. We'll see who is sitting on the pole and who is lined up next to him and behind him. But these guys are ready to get moving. We have another driver back. I know you guys probably remember Freaky Fast. He was here at the beginning of the season in that number 4. Well, he is back, guys. And this guy is fast and great competitor. So I'm excited to see him back here tonight and see what he can do. He'll be in the number 4, and then Doc Hollidays, he's moving out of that number 4 for Freaky Fast, and he's moving out to the 41 car. So a great amount of guys here tonight, and hopefully these guys will get out of qualifying and we'll get them out and about. But J-Mac, I don't know if you watched Sonoma today, but if you did, how do you feel about how it went?
Well, looking at Twitter, a lot of people hated it. Looking at social media, and I know others were bored by it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the race, but I thought it was a pretty okay race, and I'm glad the carousel's back.
Yeah, I think that was cool. I was not too excited about how it ended for Chase. I know he had a strong car out there, but it happens. But I'm hearing over the radio that we have our pole sitter, who is Mordog. We have second of Tedeschi and third of Jose, who just got back from Sonoma. So he immediately got back, got right on the game about 10 minutes ago. And already he is in the top 3 spots. So congratulations to these guys and Mordog on that pole. We should be getting started here soon, but Tedeschi is not a full-time driver, but I'll tell you what, he makes an impression every time he hits the track, and I'm expecting no different here tonight. How do you feel about Tedeschi and his chances?
I mean, I feel they're as good as anybody's. This place is going to be a bit drafty, so those top 4 or 5 guys in this race are going to be on top of each other. I imagine toward the end of the run, we'll see who has a good long-run car, but, I mean, he's definitely got as good of a chance as anyone, just based off of qualifying speed.
Absolutely. I'm curious if we're going to see what we've seen the past 2 races, which is, like you said, we're going to see the top 4 or 5 drivers get away from the rest of the field. It is a draft track, more so we'll see what it is. But Kentucky Speedway, here we come tonight as we hit number 16 for races here. 18 races total. We're going to hit Chicago, I think, next week, and then our final race, obviously, at Homestead. So I'm excited to see what they can do out here. Dirt Demon, how you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting ready for this race. I'm excited. All right, we have a little bit of space there. Someone just lagged out. That is not looking so good. I don't know if they're going to have a restart on that, but we have the 48 of Mordog. He is your leader. Doing pretty good so far. 22 on the outside, 43 on the inside of Jose. A great start for these guys, though. Already lining up single file for these front guys. Mordog, Jose, Tedeschi. We have Lucky Dog in the 11 in 4th behind these guys. Doing great, though, so far. J-Mac, do you need an invite to the race, or are you good to go?
I have not received an invite yet.
Okay, let me get you in here.
It has not gone through, sadly. I can close my eyes and imagine how the racing's going.
Skibowski, what's up, Rock NASCAR? Rangers, good to have you all in here.
None of them are going through. That's good.
J-Mac is struggling out here with an invite, so we'll try to get him in here.
Busing, so I'll be back here in a minute.
All right. As we get him back here, these top 4 all already on top of each other. Mordog has a little bit of a lead out here, but Jose not letting him by. He's already gained a spot from Tedeschi out in that 22, but looking pretty good. Let's take it in this replay view here. You can see the field. These guys are racing so clean right now. I'm very impressed. This is a playoff race. Every position counts. You're going to need to do everything you can to get everything you can out of it. So I'm hoping that these guys can keep it clean. You see a couple of packs here. We have the first pack, and then we have a couple of cars right behind them in the second pack, and then 2 more cars right behind them. We'll see if they can merge together and get moving up to this front pack here. Let's take a look at the 88 of Dohar. Doing a great job so far. He is one of the Pro League drivers, and he looks like he is trying to make his way up to this front pack that has 4 drivers out here. He has a nice pack behind him, and he's going to have a freight train coming up, so hopefully he can just tack on with them and not get moved out of the way. If they can, they are definitely going to catch these guys in front, but these 4 are off and moving. We have Pure Nikki saying Mordog is looking fast. You said it yourself. He's looking very, very good. A lot of these guys. He was the pole sitter for today. We have Jose still in second, Tedeschi in third, Lucky Dog in third, and then Dohar catching on to the tail end of this lead pack. He will be your 4th, or 5th, I should say. I'll tell you what, another one that looks good is the 43 of Jose. This guy literally, I'd said it before, he just got home, got online, and he is out here racing. Has a really strong here at Kentucky, and I'm surprised that he's not running the high side a little bit more. You can a little bit, you know, in turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4, it would just not be a good idea to be running up there. But he is one that if he can run up high, you're gonna see him do it. But man, he ran 3 and 4 really, really well there. Tedeschi all over his back bumper though. Let's go back in the field. We are riding with Expert Toaster and that number 10. You guys, you've seen him throughout this entire season. He is one that hangs out mid-pack to the back part of the pack, and then magically, when you hit the final stage here, he is out there running top 3, top 5, and makes his presence known. So I have a feeling he's going to do that once again tonight. And speaking of that, let's go over the final 8. We have the Bolt, who is lucky in that 11. We have Mordog, who is current leading. We have Jose, who is one of them and currently in second. We have Dohar, Pro Boss, Wonder, Expert Toaster, and Doc Holidays. These are all the guys we really need to keep a lookout for. Currently, we're with Freaky Fast, number 4. He is back at the track here with us. It's been a long time since he's raced with AKA, but here he is in that number 4 and looking pretty strong. Looks like he's trying to just feel out what he can do. We have 14 directly behind him. I'm curious who was in the 51. Let me see if I can get that. Johnny Rocket. If that was Johnny Rocket, he is no longer in the race. Unfortunate to see. That is definitely a one that has disconnected early on here tonight, and you hate to see it when it happens. We're out here back out front with that 48 of Mordog. You guys said it in chat, this guy is super fast, doing a great job. Tedeschi on the outside, trying to make something happen. Look at these two going side by side. They hit the back stretch. 48 is going to have easily a better line to run here. You can see him gaining some momentum, but 43 of Jose gives him a nice push. Can he hold on to it? He is still going to keep first. 22 of Tedeschi will be your current leader. Still side by side. These guys are neck and neck. Absolutely fantastic race. Mordog is going to have the help behind him with Lucky Dog, aka that is the Bolt. I almost lost his name there for a second, but that is the Bolt behind him. He's got a lot of help behind him even, and Tedeschi is just by himself, and now he's going to quickly fall back. What a race so far. Completely clean. Not a single incident. Let's knock on some wood. I don't want to jinx these guys, but man, what a great race so far. See Lucky Dog directly behind that 48. He is currently side by side with Tedeschi, who has fallen back just a little bit. This guy has no help out there whatsoever. He is completely on the outside by himself. 25 to go at the line, guys. It's going to be close. Let me see if I can get an invite to J-Mac. Hopefully he's back online and we can get him in here. We were having some mic issues earlier, and then he couldn't get an invite, so hopefully we can get him back in here. Look at how well these guys are spread out. Tedeschi just all over the 48, letting him know he's there. These top 5 guys just completely on top of each other. 48 gets out high. Tedeschi gonna take the low side. That's gonna give him the momentum to be able to make a move for the lead once again. Is he gonna be able to keep it this time? We'll take a look and see. J-Mac, are you with me?
I am indeed, Frozen.
Awesome. Were you able to get in the race
Now that
yet,
we're,
or do you need
now
an
that we're
invite?
having I'm gonna need another invite because this game hates me. Just
Apparently.
technology, just everything is just angry at me tonight.
Tedeschi, Mordog, side by side. It almost looked like the 11 was going to take it 3 wide, but he thought better of it. These guys 2 wide, a couple of lanes deep. Man, what an incredible race. All right, while we get these guys racing, let's see if we can get J-Mac in here. Let me know if that's sent to you.
It's sent to me, but I'm going to be
Beautiful.
super deliberate about it because trying to be in a hurry is what locked me up before.
Tedeschi is your current
Anyways,
leader.
I will continue closing my eyes and listening to your call and imagining everything.
I wish you luck trying to get in here. We already had a lead change, a couple of them. Tedeschi took the lead from 48. 48 took it right back. Tedeschi was like, nope, not happening, and decided to take that right back. Lucky Dog in second, aka the Bolt. We have Mordog, who fell back to third. Jose, who lost a couple of positions. He is currently in fourth. Let me see who is that behind Jose. Let me see if we can get a number on that. You guys, that is freaky fast in that number 4. This guy making a huge impression coming back here, doing a great job with his first race back. I'll tell you what, this guy is a great competitor, always shows a strong run. Tonight is no different so far. He's got Dohar in that 88 behind him. Mordog running super, super low, almost onto the apron. I don't know if he's having issues there, but he has lost another spot. Freaky fast and 48 get into each other. These guys are 3 wide. We have 88. The 4 looks like Mordog is going to go ahead and go in and take a pit. I'm kind of curious if we can tell what it was going on with Mordog, because that was a pretty early stop. That was definitely an unscheduled stop there, but we'll see what happens. See Freaky Fast getting a nice push from the 88, saying let's go. They had a little incident with Mordog. We have Tedeschi in as he goes in, and that number 22, that puts Jose in second. Let's go back to the leaders here. We have 11 of Lucky Dog, aka the Bolt. I just need to call him the Bolt. He is your current leader. We have Jose in second and a couple of guys behind them, but these guys have a nice lead as we have Freaky Fast in third. Notorious Nate's, what is up, man? We got String in here, Rock NASCAR. Hope y'all are doing well tonight. A great race so far. These guys very competitive. You know, I was thinking Mordog went a little bit early, but Tedeschi was right in behind him into the pits. So once this cycles out, I have a feeling that a couple of these guys are gonna stay out just a little bit. Looks like we're gonna have Jose possibly go in here. Yeah, he's got the rest of the field going on by as Jose comes in. That's gonna be a clean stop for him. Tedeschi has since come on out, so we'll see what he can do to make up some time here. $11 still staying out. He is your current leader. Not a lot behind him. See if we can get a picture on who is behind him at the moment. I do believe that is the 88 of Dohar. We have Freaky Fast in third. Once this cycles through, we're going to have Tedeschi and Mordog moving on up. We're taking a look at that 00 right now. Running a pretty solid race. J-Mac, were you able to get in yet?
I am in here now, Frozen. Our national nightmare is over.
You might want to knock on some wood. I always have to say that,
I
but
mean, there is a storm rolling in, if you can't tell by the thunder, so, you know, the issues might not be done. But anyways, I've joined, I guess, in the middle of pit stops, while there's a driver out there leading with the 88 of Dohar in second.
Absolutely. We have the Bolt in first still. He has not come in. Dohar, he's known to take a late pit stop. He doesn't want to go around anyone else. He wants a clean entry, and he's one that likes to save. So I have a feeling that we'll see him go in soon enough, but I am surprised about the Bolt there. And the 11, he has not gone in yet, and to me that's a surprise because he usually is one of the first to go in here.
Definitely interesting to see the difference in short pitting here and the guys playing the long play, but as I say that, the leader, to be more specific, is hitting pit road.
About 13 laps to go here, and you said it, Lucky is in the pits. That is going to bring out a new leader, and that is 88 of Dohar. I would imagine he will go in soon with just a handful of laps left. And like I said, guys, this is stage racing. Damage is on. They need all the points they can get. Now, Dohar, he just came off of a win, so he has punched his ticket to the Final Four. He is safe. The rest of these guys, they're going to be battling it out for every position they can get and every single point. It all matters. But 88 is just out here just for the fun of it, basically, and for the competition. This guy, he's doing great out here.
Kind of have to imagine if these guys are going to try to take a little less fuel on this stop here, if they're going to try to maybe one can and two tires to gain some track position that way on the drivers who came in early. Probably took 4, maybe took 2, who knows? But we can't tell. If we only we could see the percentage of the tire wear, that'd be great. But have to imagine that somebody out here is gonna try some strategy. Unless this track is too loose for that. Who knows? Maybe these guys have obviously practiced it, so they've definitely tried 2 tires and maybe found it to be too loose. But if not, this is definitely a prime opportunity to test it out and see if that'll work to gain a little track position here.
Absolutely. Big shout out to everyone in the chat. Storm Chase, NASCAR 435, Division Hunter, Notorious Nate. Hope y'all are doing great. It's a great race so far. Notorious Nate was out on the track earlier today, taking on the Ring. Did a fantastic job out there. But tonight, the Kentucky Racing, we have Ford taking it just a little low on the backstretch. I don't know if he got loose there, but that could have been something happening. We have the 00 going in for a pit stop. You see Moordog and Jose and the Lucky Dog all getting by pit road there, but those are going to be your leaders as the pit cycle rolls through here. But we're going to have to catch up with our new leader.
Normally, that quick dip is a sign that guys are about to pit, but it didn't look like anyone. It didn't look like there were 4 guys that hit pit road there. So who knows what happened there to those guys coming off of that corner?
Yeah, they definitely didn't pit. They've already taken their pits there. But we have Tedeschi as your new leader. This guy has a pretty good distance on the rest of the field right now. You see 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They're pretty close together. Hopefully they can work together to catch up to Tedeschi. But this guy, like I said at the beginning of the race, he makes his presence known. He is not a full-time driver, nor is he competing for the final 4 spots. However, he wants this win. Dohar did go into pit, so he's in, guys. We'll see how Dohar comes off the pits and see if he beats Tedeschi out. If he does, it's going to be super close, guys. We'll see how he comes off the pit road as the 22 is rounding around the finish line here. I don't see Dohar in sights, so Tedeschi should
the 88
be safe
is going to lose
sound.
a lot of track position here.
Yeah,
he's not even going to come out in the top 5.
Do you think it was a bad pit entry, or just the fact that he waited so long and possibly old tires just wore his time out?
I didn't see his entry, so I don't know. But it definitely very well could have been just the tires here might wear a little more than they do elsewhere. But we've always seen him, whenever he's done that stay out late, he usually doesn't lose a lot of track position, even without the draft and with the older tires. So maybe this track has a little bit bigger wear factor. Remember, these guys are putting a lot of strain on their cars trying to enter three. So maybe that's killing the right front a little more than it does a different place. So uh, maybe that kind of bit him there. But he definitely learned something, whatever happened there.
Absolutely. You see a nice battle brewing up for second between Moordog, who was our pole sitter, and Lucky Dog, who's currently in third, and Jose. These guys are all fighting for second position. Tedeschi crossed the line. We're getting ready to hit 3 to go once he comes back across the line here, but he is just out on an island all of his own. And the real battle here is for second place as Lucky Dog is gaining up under Moordog, and these guys are going to go too wide as we enter into turn 1, and it's going to be a heck of a battle here, guys. We've seen it so many times with these two, and 48 being on that outside is just not helping him out. 11 takes over second. Jose is going to fight with 48 for third place, and 43 just takes it over.
Yeah, Moordog cannot be happy with his car. He was trying to send it in there into 3 to stay ahead of the 11, and it just washed up the track. A few laps ago, it looked like he got a little loose off of 2, so he's definitely not enjoying the handling of his car as he gets a little low there, gets a little apron music, and loses even more ground to these guys. But yeah, that 48 car is really looking forward to the end of this stage right now.
Absolutely. He's going to have to make some changes. Tedeschi coming around here, the 1 to go. This is going to be it for stage 1. If he can hang on to it, nothing crazy happens, he'll be your stage 1 winner. I do want to give a shout out to T-Phrase. What's up, man? It was good being in the booth with you today. Hope you're doing well. Skibowski, I see that dog face over there. T-Phrase, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. We're going to get 22 out here and across that line. He will be your winner for stage 1. It looks like, can we get a look on who that second is of Lucky Dog? He will be in second, Jose in third. A great stage 1 for these guys. Absolutely incredible racing. So what do you think of the racing so far? Yeah.
I got to see much of the racing part, but that 22 car looks really stout. It looks like the 48 car maybe not that great on the long run, has some definite hot lap speed in it based on qualifying, but needs a little more help for the long run. The 88 might not be as good on the long run as it needs to be based on how much he lost on staying out, so he might need a little more. Also, to look at that 5th and 6th place car, you have Expert Toaster and Pro Boss, so some a strong stage there for them as well, and they could be an adjustment away from maybe finding the speed necessary to compete with those top 4, because there was a definite gap between Moordog. Even with him not really having the speed there at the end of that run, he was still a lot faster than that second group, it seemed like. So definitely going to be interesting to see how this shakes out, as the 00 either forgot to pit or tried some strategy.
Yeah, I'm thinking he forgot to pit. We have the 00 out there on the bottom side with our 22 car who won stage 1. He is on the outside. That's going to hurt the guys behind 00 if he did not pit. Tedeschi tucks in directly behind the 00. That low line is just absolutely marching on through. These guys making some moves, trying to make their way around that 00. We have a lot of movement, guys. We have a guy into the wall. Who is that back there? Another guy just absolutely loses it.
That is the 37.
Yikes.
That is the 37 and the 14. Wonder and who is that in the 37?
37, let me see if we can get that. That would be tactical. Incredible. I don't even see a caution come out, J-Max, so the race moves on.
No caution came out.
That is...
And it definitely seems like the 00 tried strategy, because he was blocking that 22 going down the backstretch. And Tedeschi was going to have none of it and moved him. And then a lap later, he was in the wall in the backstretch. So a good gamble, a good effort, but he's definitely getting used and abused right now. as we have a battle for the lead.
We do. We have a battle for the lead. We have the Bolt in that 11 directly underneath the 22. These guys are going side by side on the backstretch. Here we go into turn 3 and 4. Tedeschi is not going to have a good line as he goes into that. But amazingly enough, Lucky Dog does not have a good run going into that either. So Tedeschi's going to come out the winner through that turn there, and he's going to be your leader so far.
Turn 4 is so much about powering out. Turn 3 is so tight. If you're on the bottom, you can get up. You have that preferred line. But if that guy on the outside is still outside of you, he can power up because he can go all the way to the wall, and you on the inside might have to pedal it a bit. So Tedeschi did a great job of holding strong for the first half of that corner to be able to stay on that outside and to power back around the 11 car to hold on to that lead.
We have a nice battle brewing up here for 5th, and as soon as I say that, Pro Boss in that 9 hits the wall just a little bit, loses some momentum, so 88 is in no danger here, but man, a lot of bumping and banging going on with that 9 car. These guys making it very, very interesting. Let's see if we can get back here. We have the 9 of Pro Boss tucking in underneath that 10 of Expert Toaster. Side by side as they cross over that line, the 9 is going to have a little bit of a run going into turn 1. It's going to be tough for Toaster. He's going to have to tuck in if he wants to keep that spot. It is pretty tough to take it on the outside, but yet they are still going side by side, J-Mac.
Like I said, this is a place where you do need that whole track, but then if you wash up, you can't really take advantage of it like the 10 did there, and that allowed Pro Boss to get around him and make that pass for 6th, or to hold him off for 6th. I'm not really sure how that battle started, but put the 9 in 6th and the 10 falling back to 8th, actually.
Falling back to 8th as Freaky Fast in that 4 makes his way on by. 00 trying to do the same. Fighting just a little bit, and he was the one that we saw at the lead here at the start of stage 2. We have about 30 to go in stage 2, guys, so we have a lot of laps left. These guys are not in their pit window just yet, so we have a few laps before pit window comes out, but man, we have 1 caution so far, and these guys are just doing pretty good.
They are doing pretty good. The 22, you can never tell if it's just the game being a little wonky or not, but it looked like Tedeschi was very close to that wall on entry, which is so easy. You're trying to swing out to maximize that arc. These cars have a lot of offset in them at times, and it could be easy to kind of plant it in the wall. But the 11 definitely got into turn 3 a lot better than he did, but he was able to fend off another charge.
Absolutely. 22 is very, very strong tonight, and Lucky Dog, he's another one. These top 4 guys, every last one of them are very strong. Again, I see Dohar back there in that 88 and currently 5th. He is just trying to hang on to this lead pack here, and we'll see if he can do it, but these top 4 guys are on top of each other, and just race after race we see them walking away from the guys behind him, and it's no different tonight.
Yeah, he just looks really tight. Either that, or he's either really tight, or he's trying to put less input into the stick to try to save a little more tires so that he's a little bit better at the end of the run than he was last time. But either way, he definitely is having a hard time sticking to these guys. And yeah, I think he just got the wall, so I think he's tight.
I saw that too. He had to dive down low just to get off the wall there, which definitely hurt him. Hopefully he's going to have a little bit of their draft to hang on, but man, he's having a rough night tonight, and he is one that has the most wins in this season. He's got 3 wins, along with only 1 other driver, so he's doing great so far this season, but I feel like he's struggling just a little bit this race. Like I said, he is safe to move on to the Final 4, so that's not an issue, but with how competitive this guy is, he's not happy with what's going on right now.
it is a testament to how strong he is that we're talking about how much he's struggling. He's sitting there in fifth right now
I
on the tail
know.
end of the lead pack of cars. So definitely a lot of time for him to figure it out. But right now, he has not had the first stage and a half, roughly, that he would like to have. But these front four lined up, probably trying to take it easy on their cars, and but as we say that, the 43 might be looking into the 48. Maybe not. Maybe he's a little too far back.
We'll see. I feel like Jose just now, he's fine where he's at. He's gonna wait till the laps come down, maybe possibly after going through the pit cycle here. But I think right now these front five guys, they just want to ride it out and just make sure it's clean. And as soon as I say that, I'm sure someone's gonna make a liar out of me. But so far, that is what I'm gathering
Because
from
that's
these
what
guys.
always happens to us.
Yeah, of course, of course. But these guys are coming up
But,
on lap traffic soon, so we'll see how they can get around.
And speaking of Jose, he might be using these first two stages to get warmed up because, like you said earlier in the pre-race, he was at Sonoma. So he was at the race today, and he probably didn't get a whole lot of time to practice before this race started. So he might be using these first couple of stages to get acclimated and to get a little warmed up, and then use that third stage to hit it hard.
Absolutely. We have the 22 coming up on the 37, which I do believe is tactical. I know 37 has had a couple of issues here tonight. Not the race he wants to see, but 22 of Tedeschi is quickly approaching his back bumper here on the backstretch. So we'll see what they can do. It's going to be close, J-Mac. We'll see how that affects the guys behind him. Are they going to back off a little bit? Hopefully they won't have any bumps together, but sometimes passing these lap cars make me nervous, and he hangs high and lets these guys go low, so good on him for that. But you can see that 37 is pretty damaged on that front hood.
They would have caught him just a little bit earlier. That could have been interesting because he would have impeded the exit from the corner of some of these guys. So that might have shook things up a little bit, but they got pretty lucky, and he was able to move out of the way without incident, and we continue on in the straight line.
And here we go. We have the 10 who is currently behind
In a
the
not so
4.
straight line.
10 is currently behind that 4 of Freaky Fast, as we have yet another lap down here. We have Pro Boss directly behind Expert Toaster. These guys running in a pack of 3. 20 to go. But as they hit the line, it's going to be 19 J-Max, so not too many laps. I figure that these guys are going to go in pretty soon to take a pit stop here. But very, very clean racing. And I'm surprised because this is one of the final races. Only 2 races left. So I'm really surprised at how not aggressive they're being. As weird as that sounds, I figured we'd have a little bit more racing for the positions up here.
Well, you consider the top 5, one of them is a part-time driver who isn't in it, and the other 4 are pretty safe, I believe, based on the points. So they don't really have anything to gain by getting too crazy and racing each other too hard when there's nothing but a few measly stage points on the line. So these guys are going to take it easy and probably see how things shake out when pit road starts and the 48 drops to the back of this group. I imagine that's because he's about to hit pit road. And
Same
the 22 is
22.
also coming to pit road.
Yeah. We heard over the radio that 22 and the 48 are going into pit, and there they go. Looks like a pretty clean entry, so they should be okay, but that's going to bring out a new leader, the Bolt in the 11. This guy is super strong.
The 48 had a great entry.
Yeah, you know what? Considering how much he was on the back bumper of the 22, he had a great entry. From what I'm understanding, the 11 is possibly going to go in this time around, and yeah, he's slowing up. And the 43 of Jose. 11 looks like he was getting a little loose on that apron.
Got loose.
Easy to do here. It can be rough. We have a lot of takers for pit road, though. Look at all these guys. 42 crossing that line. That is MDL. He looked a little loose as he was crossing over that start-finish line. It'll be very interesting to see who comes out ahead of everyone. Look at the 48. J-Mac came out ahead of Tedeschi in that 40, in that 22.
It's a little help from the RNG of the pit crew, but a lot of that was just Mordog getting onto pit road a lot better than the 22 of Tedeschi did.
Yeah.
That was a very impressive pit road entry.
I'm hearing over the radio that the 4 got a speeding penalty. That is definitely going to hurt him. The 11 of Lucky Dog, he also got a speeding penalty. That is going to be devastating to his race here in stage 2. But the 48, I would say he's going to be the winner as far as pit road goes. This guy came out absolutely on top.
And once again, the 88 staying out later than everybody. Either his issues in that first run was a one-time thing. Maybe he got the wall and tightened the car up a little bit. But he's trying it again, and we'll have to see if once again he comes out having lost that front pack, or if this time he's able to hold on and stay with that front group, or even come out ahead of them.
Absolutely. Look who's in front of him, Jose. Is he the one sitting in first? It's so hard to tell with how the spectator mode is. But if I am correct...
He is not technically in first, but in reality, once everyone pits, he will be the leader.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was thinking Mordog was, but I'm seeing Jose, and he's being very sneaky out there. I was so impressed with Mordog's pit entry, but I completely missed Jose, and he is going to be the leader, like you said, once the pits cycle through here. Let's see if we can get up to Jose here. He's got a little bit of damage.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
What happened with him?
And he got the left wall. He got on it looked like he got the inside wall when he came to pit road and got loose, and so he might have called an audible there to not lose speed and took 2 tires. I'm just gonna guess there that he took 2 tires.
Yeah, you know what, and I've said this before, but I have not said it tonight. If you do repair that damage, it will slow your car down up to 2/10. That is a huge problem when you're trying to race against all these guys, and you see him, he's out here by himself. He's got Mordog, he's got Tedeschi behind him, and those guys are working together. So Jose needs all the speed he can get. So if the damage he has, if that is not going to affect the way his car is running, don't repair it. So hopefully that was a good call on Jose. I know these guys behind him are going to catch up to him, but I'm thinking it was a good call by Jose.
It definitely is looking like a good call. And the 88 is still out there. The only thing that he could be hoping for a caution here, because his car just doesn't seem to have the pace on the long run. It might be an okay long run compared to the other car. It might be a good long run car compared to everybody else's, but it's not. It doesn't seem good enough to hold speed when everyone else has hit pit road already. And as I say that, he is hitting the pit road.
I just watched that. Hitting pit road, this guy is usually one of the last to go in for pit road. And there he goes, proving that point once again. We're back on Jose. He is our current leader out here. Got a little bit of a damage, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. And you can see behind him, I'm taking a peek. Let's take a peek back there. We have Tedeschi, who just passed up Mordog for second. So Mordog's going to fall back to third, but these guys, if they keep fighting like that, Jose's going to be extremely happy about that, because that's just going to let him get away. Let's see if we can get back with second.
Much better, but he's still, it looks like the 88 is going to get beat pretty soundly by these other cars. He must be out there hoping for a caution to try to trap everybody a lap down, because that strategy so far has done nothing but lose him track position, which doesn't really matter at this point for him, so that's not a terrible gamble, but he just hasn't lucked out so far.
No, he hasn't, and I'm not sure that we're going to see any cautions here in the second stage. We're coming down to the final few laps, and it has been an extremely clean race. We see Mordog trying to battle for second as we are at 8 to go. He is directly on Tedeschi's back bumper. You see he was trying to take a peek on the inside, seeing if he could make anything happen. Thought better of it, but they are approaching Jose. They're getting just a little bit on him, so Jose is just hoping that they will fight back there and he can just bring home the rest of these 8 laps and take home stage 2.
And another thing, to go back, I know I've talked about the 88 strategy way too much already, but another thing is that at this yellow, he might have gone far enough that where he could take right sides and fuel only for that final stop, or for that stage break stop, so that he could have track position. So definitely going to be interesting to see where he shakes out after the stage break, but he might just be he might have used that first stage as a test to see how far he could go, and then he's using this one to set up a shorter stop for the third stage where he can have track position and then profit.
Absolutely. We're with the 43 of Jose. He is our leader, and he is coming up on that 41 of Doc Holliday's. He was running in that 4 car, has since switched into the 41 for tonight. Will he give Jose a run for his money? That is only going to hurt his race and allow second and third to catch up to him. And man, and I have a feeling that this is just allowing them to catch up. Mordog, what happened to him? He has since fallen off of Tedeschi, but 43 is having a heck of a time trying to get past this 41 car. That is definitely hurting him, and Tedeschi is just gaining on him fast.
And that's weird. That's the second time we've, in 2 stages, that we've come out of that mid-stage pit road sequence, and the 48 has come off of it and just not been as good as he was in the first half of that stage. So definitely interesting. Wonder if he's making adjustments. Maybe riding down the 22, he made a little mistake and got the wall. Maybe the 22 made a mistake and put him in the wall. Who knows? But he just hasn't been as good in the second half of these stages as he is in the first, which is maybe he needs the pack, a little more of a pack to have the speed. Maybe he's got a little more of a draft car, but definitely interesting to see the 48 struggling out there.
J-Mac, that 41 of Doc Holliday's was most definitely blocking Tedeschi as Tedeschi was trying to take over second. Tedeschi moved low, so Doc Holliday's moved low. Tedeschi moved high trying to pass, so guess who went high? He finally made his way past, and he is on the run. But 41 did not help his case there. Jose is doing everything he can. He's got 2 laps to make it happen. We'll see what he can do.
It's definitely weird because there's nothing to gain from racing him like that. Maybe Tedeschi did something to him in another life or something that to make him race him like that. But there really isn't anything to gain. The 41 here will be the lucky dog car at the end of the stage because they aren't going to lap anybody, and he definitely isn't going to get passed by another lapped car. So very strange.
Absolutely, and we're heading on the backstretch here, and if Jose can hold him off through 3 and 4 and make it past that start-finish line, he will be your winner for stage 2. We'll see what can happen. I don't see Tedeschi being able to take him over, so yeah, here we come with Jose. He's going to be your stage 2 winner. Tedeschi in second. Mordog takes over third. Great race for stage 2. It is going by fast tonight, J-Mac. Absolutely incredible racing.
No yellows, fast races, Frozen. This has been a very, very clean race so far tonight, and that makes them go fast. But it's been a lot of fun watching these guys try to race each other and seeing a little bit of strategy. This is where it's all going to pay off, and we're going to see who's got the car to beat here this third stage. But that 22 car looks like it's the best car, but the 43. He definitely made a statement there by holding him off.
He sure did. I want to give a shout out to everyone in chat. I hope you're enjoying this race. It's a very important race for these guys. They only have 2 after this, so a win for Jose would be incredible. Something that he definitely wants to see. But yeah, well, you know what? Some of these guys are in the Pro League. We have the 11 of the Bolt. He is in the league. Mordog is in the league in that 48. Dohar in that 88. He is also in the league. So a lot of these guys are, and they're all out front. So don't discount any of them. A pretty solid start For the final stage here, we have Jose in the lead. We have More Dog directly behind him, Tedeschi on the outside. 2x2 all the way back. These guys are looking very, very solid here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. One of my favorite tracks. I love racing here, and it seems to be pretty kind to these guys.
We're looking at 3 wide in the middle of the pack, and things have gotten jumbled up. These front 4 have gotten straightened out, but there in the middle of the pack, there is a hornet's nest of brewing, if that makes sense at all.
It is. These guys are racing really hard. You see Pro Boss
I was just going to say, I don't know
them.
if you could brew a hornet's nest. But,
you know what? With all the stuff I say, sure. We'll go with that. You can. We have the 71 going 2 wide with the 88. Dohar out on top. Struggling here tonight with the handling. He seems to be falling back just a little bit. And I know we've talked about it. Falling back for Dohar is like 5th or 6th, so incredible for him. But that 71 has a lot of guys behind him able to push him out to the front, including Lucky Dog, the 4 of Freaky Fast. These guys are giving him a run for his money.
That 42 car had an awesome save in the front stretch. Went down to the grass, came up almost toward the back of the field, almost in front of the 37, but was able to hold it down. An amazing save, but he lost a lot of track position, and now he's at the tail end of the field.
A long line, J-Mac. This is a train, I'll tell ya. We have Tedeschi behind 43 of Jose, which is our leader. He also won stage 2. Very, very strong car tonight. This guy just got home from watching the race at Sonoma. We have More Dog in 3rd. A lot of movement going on there in the back of the pack, I should say mid-pack. They were able to hold on to it, but man, it looked like they're almost going 3 wide back there. Let's see if we can get a little bit here. The 11, and we have the 88. These guys are running a little loose right now.
A lot of hard racing. These guys are just fighting tooth and nail to be that 5th car in line because they want to hang on to that front 4 that are starting to pull away. But we have a battle for the lead.
We do. Let's make our way back up here. Jose is on the outside. 22 has the 48 pushing him. Tedeschi is going to take over the lead, but can he hang on to? He's got More Dog on his rear bumper there, and More Dog is not letting him go. We have Jose moving back to 3rd. Looks like Toaster. We talk about it all the time, J-Mac. This guy, he runs mid-pack, hangs out, doesn't get too crazy, and then in the final stage, he always finds his way out front. Absolutely incredible for him.
He absolutely does always find a way up to the front and to be part of the mix at the end of these races. But it looks like he's struggling a little bit to hang on as the 88 and the 11 are trying to run him down. But these front 3 trying to pull out. Once again, the 22 to the lead and the 48. It's the first half of a stage, so his car is really fast right now, and he's hanging on to the back of Tedeschi.
You know, I'm curious if a couple of these guys are taking...
Oh!
What happened, J-Mac? I was switching cameras.
I don't know. I don't know if Mordog got loose off the corner, but that was really late. But he's pitting. Or
he's not pitting.
He missed pit road.
I think he realized he was going to get a speeding penalty going in, so he decided to come back out. But man, that is going to hurt his race right there. Yikes. He's having some kind of issue with his car here, so that has held him back a little bit. Hopefully he can get that figured out. He is into the wall, J-Mac. He's having all sorts of issues right now.
That is one thing he is a little bit known for, is his controller can be a little wonky sometimes, and it must have shut off on him, or it was taken over by the government or something and turned straight left, or I don't know, but he got really goofy there at the for a lap or so. But now it seems like he's gotten it straightened out, but he has lost all of that track position he has worked all race for.
I'm with Mordog right now, and right in front of him was Wonder in that 14, and he got super loose was able to gather it back together, but man, what a scary moment for the 48 as he's trying to gather himself back up from some controller issues, but Wonder giving a fight right here. Trying to take a look on the inside, seeing if he can hold it out. He can't make it happen. He's going to hang back, but a tough night for the 48. Let's take it back out.
The 88 and the
lead.
11 have finally cleared the 10 of Toaster. Now the 4 is working on him. Toaster worked his way up to third. Was looking really strong, but now he's falling back into the clutches of these other drivers. But a solid run for him so far still, and it's still early. He got stuck on the outside line, but now he's fighting back.
Absolutely. And once again, Tedeschi has found himself out in the lead. Jose in second. We have Dohar in third, and that number 88. These guys are spreading out just a little bit with Tedeschi, a couple of car lengths on Jose, but a solid race so far. We have a couple of guys back here. Let's see if we can get some cameras on them. They were going too wide, not so much anymore, but behind that 88, we have Lucky Dog in that 11, aka the Bolt. Another Pro League driver. These two right here are actual Pro League drivers for NASCAR Heat 3. They do a great job out there, but man, these top 4 or 5 guys are looking very strong, J-Mac.
They absolutely are, as the thunder rolls outside my window.
I heard that one.
But it's going to be interesting to see how the strategy here plays out. The 22, the 43, the 11 going to race it straight up. We're going to see if the 88 has found any benefit from going a little bit longer. So far, there hasn't been any, but I guess we'll find out here soon enough.
38 to go at the line. These top 4 guys once again breaking away from the rest of the field. Behind them is a pack of 3, and then we have a single car out there trying to catch on to them, but I don't think it's going to happen unless they mess up. But these top 4 guys are moving along. The 88 trying to kind of get in that line there. Jose is going to be in second. 88 underneath Jose. These guys racing for second, and as they're doing that, Tedeschi is just going to walk away from this and kind of make a race for himself. 11 is just hanging back there from an earlier incident of getting penalized on pit road, so a great comeback for him.
Yeah, the 88 might have gotten into the back bumper of the 43 just a little bit, rolled the center of 1 and 2 a little faster, and was able to get underneath him. And then going into 3, the 11 actually gave the 88 of Dohar a bit of a shot to kind of help him pass. But Jose, he's one of those drivers that if there is an outside line that can work, he is going to work to make it work. An ill-advised move there by the driver in the 11 trying to take it 3 wide, but he wisely backed out of that.
Yeah, the 11 and 88 are going to get by Jose in that 43, so he is going to move back to 4th. This whole battle has allowed the guys behind him, the 4 car and that entire pack, to catch up to him. So now we have, 2 packs gathering up pretty closely. If these guys can all work together, they're going to really get away. But right now, we're in the final stage. These guys are really starting to get aggressive and start making some moves. I don't think it's going to be any different for the rest of the night here for the remainder of the laps. But every lap counts, guys. So before they get into pit road for the final stop here of the night, they're going to fight for every position.
And also, as they were fighting, that group behind them was catching them, and the 22 of Tedeschi was pulling away. So these guys getting single-filed here, that could definitely help if they can work together to try to catch them. But their cars also have to be handling really well, and right now that 22 car is far and away the best car out there.
Yeah, that 22, he is something to mess with, and we have the 88 into the wall. He gets demolished. Wow, I don't know if we're going to see a caution from that, but I don't know, J-Mac, but that definitely hurt. Yeah, I was going to say, we get over the radio that his controller has died. That explained the immediate right turn into the wall. That's going to finish Dohar's night. No caution here, so we are still moving on, but I'll tell you what, that probably gave the 11 and the 43 a minor heart attack.
I imagine that car took a straight right-hand turn, like it blew a tire in the middle of the corner, and that was crazy. But definitely good news for them. They get a free spot out of the deal. But yeah, that definitely had to make them pucker up a bit.
Oh my goodness. You guys in chat, be nice. You guys are giving him such a hard time. It reminds me of the Roval, where everyone hits the wall. Controller disconnect, and just everyone just piles into it. Exactly what happened to Dohar here. You see him coming out of the pits. He's going to go a lap down. Unfortunate for him, but he is safe. He has punched his ticket. So he's going to be one of the 4 competing at Homestead for the championship. Right now, we're currently riding with a 43 of Jose, who he's not letting these guys out of his sight. These guys can finally start working to make their way back up to Tedeschi. 11, he was under the apron a little bit in turn 3, making me a little nervous, but he held on to it, J-Mac.
He absolutely did. I think he might just be searching around and maybe just letting that car go wherever it wants to, because that thing is flying. But the 11 staying pretty strong. The 43 staying in Jose staying in that 11 car's wake right now. So these 3 still really quick, but they're going to have to work really hard to catch up with that 22 of Tedeschi. But right now it's looking like the 11 might have found himself a little bit more, might have dug a little deeper, found another gear, whatever cliche you want to use. He definitely looks a little stronger than he did earlier.
He does, and I think he's been strong all night, but that pit mishap, speeding into pit road, hurt him. Obviously not too bad, because he is currently sitting in second after everyone caught back up in that stage, but he is out here just making a run for his life, and he is quickly approaching Tedeschi's back bumper and leaving Jose behind. He's got a fast car tonight, and Tedeschi is going to have a run for his money. He's going to have to fight for that lead. Let's see if he makes a move soon enough. It's gonna be crazy. This is the final stage here. Tedeschi just trying to hang on to it.
It makes up a lot of time getting into 3 over everybody else, but that's kind of the way he drives. The 11 car known for sending it in there in the entry to corners, and it's definitely working for him so far. Getting into turn 3, because that is where he seems to make a lot of time up. But here he gets a great exit off of 2 and gets to the outside of the 22.
Yeah, he does. Can he hold on to it? Making a fast move as Tedeschi looks like he is going into pit road. Hopefully he made it there safely. He looked like he was going a little wide there, but he is off safely.
That was very conservative.
It was, and I think that's what hurt him.
Entry,
yeah, I think that's what hurt him last time too, compared to Mordog. Mordog had such an amazing pit entry on the last one, and Tedeschi seems to hold it off just a little bit. But 11 is going to be your new leader here, and T-Phrase, we did get to hear your beautiful voice today. We're going to have to get you on for some karaoke sometime. That was too funny.
Oh dear.
11 has a huge lead over Jose. Where did Jose go? I look back and I do believe, is that Dohar behind him? Looks
That's
like it
Dohar
is.
Behind him. I believe Jose has hit pit road.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say, am I going crazy here? 11 going in to pit road. Let's take a look at our new leader.
He also had a very conservative pit road entry.
Yeah, we have another.
Although his line was a little better.
Look like Expert Toaster going in. Dohar, he is going to be your new leader here. He's got a lot of damage on that hood, J-Mac. From hitting that wall with a controller disconnect. How the heck is he back out here? I don't know if he is a lap down after that. But we'll have to get a mark on the new leader here once all the pit cycles through. But
he should have cycled through now to the lead lap, but I'm not sure if he will be the leader or not. And I would imagine that damage is probably, if he did not fix that damage, he cannot be running very quick lap times right now.
Absolutely. I mean, his car is just mangled up here. Dohar having a rough night. Luckily, he is safe, but I'm not seeing a win coming out here for him.
There is a massive lead for Tedeschi over the 11 car. He either got a great pit stop from his crew, or that conservative pit road entry wasn't as conservative as we thought it was, because he has a half a front stretch lead right now on that 11 car.
I am trying to find Tedeschi, and here we are with him. Looked like Jose took over the second spot. I'll have to take a look back here, but man, you can see that lead, and what a lead it is. Those guys behind him are going to have to work together if they want to make anything happen with this guy. Like I said, he always comes in with a fantastic car, and he has done it again tonight. This 22 is on fire.
Yeah, that car is bad, fast, and he definitely had that pit road entry a lot better than I thought he did. And if he's getting breaks from the game to have really quick stops, he also might have just taken 2 tires. That could be another thing he did. He might have just taken 2 there. He saw how well it worked for the 43, and monkey see, monkey do. He got beat by it that last stage, and he's going to go try to beat everybody else this stage.
It's true. It's very possible. He's got a good lead out there. But if 43 and the 11 of Lucky Dog, if they can work together, they can find their way up there. We got enough laps to make it happen. So these guys really have to work together, not fight with each other as far as taking over second position. But we'll see what they can do. But Tedeschi is hungry for a win here tonight. I know 43 wants a win. 11 does also. But these guys are sitting really well in points. So they shouldn't have an issue. Second and third, if they finish that way in the race tonight, will be a lot of points and a lot of padding for these guys. But a win is so sweet.
Definitely is. They're going to have to work real hard to run down that 22 car. But it looked like he got the wall a little bit on the backstretch entering the corner, and that he entered a little slower, and he was way high around 3 and 4. So might be feeling a little bit of effects from taking 2. I'm assuming that's what he did, because I can't see how he beat them by that much on pit road. So I'm guessing he took 2, and he's so low there. That car might not be handling the greatest for him right now.
Yeah, you know, it's very possible. Some of these guys are struggling out here tonight, so we'll see what he can do. But you see these guys back there going too wide for second place. Let's see if I can safely get back there with them. 11 takes over second, the 43 in third. Yeah, Lucky Dog, he's got a good car tonight. Very solid. I do want to give another quick shout out to everyone in chat. Mesa says, does this game have safety cars? No. I mean, they have a pace car, but it just sits off to the side. We don't ever see it. The spectator mode it's rough on here. I actually have someone in my ear. Justin, you saw him out here today on the track for the ring. It does have cautions, but you're not going to see him out here. But Justin is in my ear telling me what lap we're on, because you don't see it on screen. And pretty much who is who, because you can't even tell who the leader is. So he is our production guy that tells us everything we need to know if we don't know it. T-phrase,
and the rest we just kind of make up.
The rest we just kind of make up and hope it's right. But, you know, these guys run such a clean race. And Justin does such a great job. It's pretty easy to tell what goes on here, but I'm really hoping for a better spectating mode for NASCAR Heat 4, because this one, it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge. And as I say that, J-Mac, Tedeschi is coming around. 15 to go at the line. Can he hold him off for another 15? We'll see. This guy has a heck of a car, and I don't see these guys behind him making up any time on him. So it is possible that we're going to see Tedeschi as the winner here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. 15 laps to see if he can make it happen, but a lot can happen in those laps.
If he took 2 tires like I suspect he did that last stop, he will start cratering here toward the end of this run. And that'll be when this 11 car and the 43 will start to catch him. But right now, his job is just to hit his marks, make good lap time, and not make mistakes here, so that he has a lot of wiggle room to work with as this race comes to a close.
And as we have Tedeschi out front, I'm looking at Pro Boss in that 9. He is going side by side with Doc Hollidays in that 41. I saw that 41 earlier, giving some guys a run for their money as they were trying to pass those lead cars there. But Pro Boss makes it on by. We have Doc Hollidays behind him. And you see Dodge Boys and that crunched up car back there. So much damage to his hood after a disconnect for the controller. Managed to put it back together, but that car cannot be handling okay right now.
According to my unofficial Mississippi counter that I've got going in my head, Tedeschi might be stretching this lead out just a little bit, just by fractions of a second. It's at about 3 seconds right now, the lead, and right now it might be about, I don't know, 3.2, I would guess right now. I said right now a lot just then, but you know what I mean.
A little bit. Nothing wrong with right now. And right now, Tedeschi, like you said, he's got about a 3-second lead. We have Lucky Dog in second still. Jose in third. We have somebody asking in chat, when is NASCAR Heat 4 coming out? I do believe that is due out in possibly September, October-ish. Somewhere around there. That's usually when they come out with their games. But from what I'm hearing a lot of good things. So I'm excited to see what they have to offer out there. 10 to go at the line. Let's bring it back up to our leader. I want to take a look at him. Another thing, you cannot choose the driver you want to view. You just have to scroll through whomever they take you to, which can make you very whiplashed. So hopefully we can get that fixed also, but we are back up here with 22 of Tedeschi, and he's looking very, very solid still. And I don't see anyone making a move, trying to gain some positions up here. These guys, second and third, are just really far back. Tedeschi is just running so great tonight. Solid on pit entries. He's got the car to beat.
He does indeed. Just that car is awesome, and he's got a really big lead to work with, and he's just run really, really smooth this entire race. Yeah, he's going to be tough to beat. The only thing is that I worry about his car maybe hurting a little bit these final laps as those left sides start to get worn, but otherwise, unless that starts happening, nobody's going to be able to touch him.
Right. I mean, he's just entering turn 3 of these guys are coming out of turn 2. So he's got a nice backstretch lead there. The 11 is directly in front of Jose. Jose seems to be pretty comfortable behind him. We still got about 8 or 9 laps left in this race here tonight. So Jose, I don't see him trying to make a move until the final few laps. And we still got a couple of laps to go for that. So these guys really just need to pull something together, something magical to get back up to Tedeschi. But I'm not seeing it happening.
It's not. The 22 is coming up on lap traffic. That might hurt him a little bit, but one of them is the 88 of Dohar, who's just trying to limp to the finish. This is definitely not the race he was expecting. You have the 14 of Wonder. So these are drivers who probably won't give him too hard of a time if he's able to catch them. So that's probably not going to come into to play here. It's pretty much smooth sailing here for that 22 car.
I think so. And Dohar, like you said, I don't think he's going to put any grief into his run here. But it's going to be a little bit until he catches them. And as I say that, I see them catching up pretty quick here. But man, I'm looking behind Tedeschi, and I just see nothing until he is well on his way into the next turn. So he is just looking really, really good right now. We're coming up to 4 to go, J-Mac. This is the final few laps. I see that Jose has fallen off of the 11 of Lucky Dog, so he's gonna have to make something happen to catch back up to him. Lucky Dog has a really great long run car. We've seen it here tonight, and he has come back from a pit penalty, so he's doing great considering all that has happened here.
Yeah, that driver in the 11 has a very, very good car. Jose in the 43, he just hasn't had quite as good of a long run car. It seems like he was able to win that second stage with a little bit of strategy, or that first stage. It was one of the stages. I forget which one now at this point, but he was able to win with a little bit of strategy, but he just hasn't had quite the car to compete for a win, but still a very, very strong run here. And he's proven why he's one of the best and one of the most fun to watch in this league.
That's true. We're watching 11 as he is catching up to Dohar. Tedeschi got around Dohar absolutely no problem as Tedeschi is crossing the line for 2 to go. I think, I don't want to jinx him. We're going to knock on some wood, guys. If you can, knock on some wood. But as long as Tedeschi can keep his car where it needs to be, on the track, off the apron, off the wall, he's going to be good to go for a win here tonight. And he is not a full-time driver, so this is a win that somebody else needs. They needed that win tonight, and he's going to take it. That's going to put a little monkey in the, what do they call it? Monkey in a wrench? What is that saying there, J-Mac?
A monkey in the works, a wrench in the sprocket.
Something like
I don't
that.
know. I'm getting my metaphors confirmed here too.
I'm glad I
confirmed.
confused you enough.
My metaphors confused. Good lord. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
We're almost there.
Oh my gosh. And here we go, Tedeschi getting ready to cross over that line. Absolutely incredible racing here tonight. Man, that is the end of the race. We're going to have Tedeschi as the winner here.
Or the 43 right over the 88.
Let's see who was in second. We have 11 of Lucky Dog in second. Jose is in third. Top 3 guys running so great out here. I almost thought the way that Tedeschi was just rolling past the start-finish line that we had another lap left, but we did not. Tedeschi in first, he's your winner. Lucky Dog in second, Jose in third. Great race for these guys. Throw a monkey wrench. I knew it was something like that. I am terrible at sayings, as you can tell. The other thing that they need besides a lap counter, you can't even tell that the race is over. So it can get very confusing, but it is so much fun doing this, and I know that NASCAR Heat 4 will come out and be absolutely amazing. So I'm pumped for it. I'm really pumped for it. We're gonna get Tedeschi, we're gonna get Lucky Dog and Jose in the pits, in the booth here with us.
Only 2 cautions, and they were both stage breaks. That was a very, very clean race.
Very, very clean. These guys should be proud with the way they ran.
We have not seen, if you watch the NASCAR race today, we have not seen a single caution today that was not a stage break between the real race and the AKA race. Just an interesting note that probably doesn't mean anything.
Skibowski, thank you so much for joining in tonight. I appreciate it. Mesa, thank you so much. Yeah, it was so good to get out there with you guys. You guys did a great job. We have the winner in here, Tedeschi. Congratulations on that win. Man, how are you feeling in that car tonight?
Car was really good to the whole run. Definitely put a lot of work into our Kentucky setup. Not only on the short run, I mean, it fired off really good in the short run, but had a really, really great long run speed. So it was just an awesome race. Just can't thank everyone enough for all the help, especially Team Penske Esports. Justin Brooks helped me a lot with this setup before, so kudos to him. And yeah, what a great race, caution free, especially here at Kentucky, one of the toughest tracks. So shout out to everyone in the league.
It is tough. Now, did you set up your car to be a little bit more on the loose side, or were you pretty comfortable with it and handling wise?
It was definitely about a 3 loose, I would say, throughout the whole run. Just how the tires wear here, especially with Kentucky being one of the more abrasive racetracks. You just got to start off loose, especially after a pit stop. It'd fire off really loose, but it helped out towards the long run when it would come back to us a little bit. Yeah,
you got some nice points there today. You did a great job out there. you're not competing for the Final Four, but I'll tell you what, if you would be putting on a heck of a show. I mean, you already did put on a heck of a show, but I know there would be a lot of nervous guys out there if you were one of the 8 competing for that Final Four spot. So you always bring a strong car to any race that you do here. So it's a lot of fun to watch you.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate you guys broadcasting. Yeah, it was awesome to got the weekend sweep. Won LOC Sonoma last night. Won AKA today. Just awesome weekend, and especially, like I said, shout out to all the rest of these guys. It's AKA is one of the, if not the best custom setup league here on Xbox. I mean, we had a great competition, great race, no cautions. Look forward to the rest of the week of truck and Xfinity racing.
Absolutely. So you're on a roll tonight then, I would say. And I have one more thing to tell you. Jacob Kerr is in the chat, and he says, tell Tedeschi Joey jumped that start.
Some things never change. But yeah, definitely shout out to all the viewers, especially you Rangers. Great, happy that you watch from afar. But yeah, it's awesome everyone watching, and hopefully put on a great race.
And that you did. Congratulations on the win. You did a great job. Hopefully we'll see you out here next week. But until then, enjoy that win.
Yeah, will do. Thanks you guys for broadcasting.
Of course. All right, J-Mac, let's bring second place in the booth. What you got for him?
Howdy there, Bolt. Well done on the second place finish. You had the pit road speed penalty. Take us through your mindset when you were stuck in the back of the pack there for a little bit.
I was like, damn. I kind of, messed up there going to pit road. I really didn't let that get to my head. I wasn't too bothered with it. At first, I blamed it on driving the 11 car for that penalty. Just a little joke, but I mean, I wasn't bad though. I just tried to do the best I could. I had a pretty good long run car. Maybe 2 more laps and I would have been able to get 6th. But yeah, it was good. Heartbreaking. Third week in a row we had a good chance to win, and it's unfortunately not gone our way. Thanks to everyone at Gibbs Gaming, Joe Gibbs Racing, even people in here in this league who have been helping me a lot along the way, and just all support in the pro league. All my family and friends, especially my friends who I've gotten to hang out with yesterday, who are amazing, and I just feel very much at home right now. I'm in a way better place than what I was months ago, and even 1 month ago. So I'm just, in a good spot right now. And I tell you what, that final pit stop, I should have pit earlier, but a 17-second pit stop is definitely going to kill your race. So unfortunate, but on to Chicago and try and get the win there.
Well done on the second place finish. Back to you, Frozen.
Back to us. We have Jose. He brings it home in third. How rushed were you trying to get home from Sonoma today, Jose?
Oh, I was pretty worried. That after race traffic's horrible. It could be like 2-3 hours sitting in that line of cars, but thankfully we left like right when we saw Triggs do his burnout, and then we just ran to the car and came back.
That is crazy.
It was very hot sitting in the sun all day. I am tired.
I would
am
imagine.
very darker than I usually am.
Darker than I usually am. You come home, you walk in the door. Did you have any time to practice, and how did you feel about your chances tonight going in with such short notice?
So for the setup, I made this. When I make this, I actually made it a while ago when the qualifiers were going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a pretty fast setup. I liked it a lot. Probably last week I messed with it. It was a little loose, so I just made a couple of changes during the pit stops, and so I was able to kind of get the looseness out of it. But later in the run, it was tight. It would get loose off the 2. It was kind of all over the place, but I was able to control it towards the end of the run and pull out the third place finish.
I mean,
Sorry, I'm very tired.
I would imagine. I mean, you're at the track all day. It's Sonoma, extremely hot. I'll say that. So I can only imagine rushing back, and then doing all this. To bring home a third, you did a great job. I gotta ask, going into next week, how do you feel about Chicago? I think that's where you're going, Chicagoland, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
Chicago. I wish it wasn't full throttle all the way around.
It is Chicago.
But, yeah, but hopefully I can pull out a good finish. If not the win, I want to win, obviously, but probably just get a good finish and get myself into the top 4. Hopefully I don't lose by like a point or so, because that'll be very frustrating. But if not, oh well, it's been a fun season.
Right. That would be a heartbreaker.
Though,
yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah. But
you all
hopefully
raced
we'll
well.
see what happens.
Definitely. Great race. You did a top 3 tonight. Jose, you always have a strong car out there. So congratulations to you on a 3rd place for tonight at Kentucky Speedway. Tedeschi, congratulations to you on that win. And Lucky Dog, I should say, the Bolt, doing a great job once again, bringing home 2nd. You guys did great. Next week, we will see them at Chicagoland. Same day, same time. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you for coming out tonight and supporting these guys. I know they really appreciate it. J-Mac, my booth partner, always amazing time with you. I had fun, and I know that we'll have fun again next week, Chicagoland, as we bring down the final races of AKA's Cup League.
Absolutely. A lot of drafting next week. I'm sure that's going to be a pretty wild race. We got a lot of cleanliness out today, so next week could probably be a little wild, especially with playoff positions with a championship spot on the line.
Championship on the line, and also that apron. You gotta watch out for that apron at Chicagoland. I know a lot of guys have an issue with that, so we'll see.
We're well acquainted.
We'll see if we have any guys be a victim to the apron. But until then, you guys have a great night. Tomorrow we'll be back live for I don't even know what today is. Today's Sunday. Monday we should be out racing here for the IndyCar League. It should be a lot of fun. It'll be around 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. Until then, have a great night.